King Edward VII, who was the monarch of the United Kingdom from 1901 to 1910. During this period, British coinage was undergoing a transition, with many new designs being introduced for various denominations. The Royal Mint was focused on producing coins bearing the likeness of Edward VII, and at no point in official records does there exist any mention of a £1 coin featuring the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, who would not ascend to the throne until 1952. So how did a 1907 UK £1 coin with Elizabeth II's portrait come to exist? Some researchers and numismatists believe that this coin was either a test strike, an experimental piece, or a mysterious error that was never intended to be released into circulation. Others speculate that it could be a fantasy coin, secretly struck at the Royal Mint long before Elizabeth II's reign, possibly as part of an unknown design experiment. Regardless of how it came to be, what is undeniable is that only a handful of these coins are known to exist, making them one of the rarest treasures in British numismatic history. One of the most striking aspects of this coin is its design, which is unlike any other British coin from the early 20th century. Let's break down its key elements. Surprisingly, the obverse of this coin features a portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, which is a clear anomaly considering that she was not yet born in 1907. The depiction of Elizabeth II is similar to the portraits seen on modern British pound coins from the mid to late 20th century, suggesting that this engraving was created decades before it was officially introduced. The details of the effigy are sharp, with the Queen wearing the George IV state diadem, a crown frequently worn by British queens on formal occasions. Around the edge of the coin, the Latin inscription reads, Elizabeth to Dei Gratia Regina FD, which translates to Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. This inscription further deepens the mystery, as it was not in use until Elizabeth II's reign began in 1952. The reverse of this coin features a highly detailed engraving of the three lions, a historic emblem associated with England for centuries. The design consists of three passant guardant lions, which have been a symbol of English royalty since the 12th century. The three lions motif has been used on British heraldry and coins for centuries, but its presence on a 1907 £1 coin is unusual, as this design was not officially used for pound coins until much later. Below the three lions, the year 1907 is clearly visible, reinforcing the perplexing nature of this coin's existence. Surrounding the design is the inscription, Unum Libra Britannica, which translates to £1 British pound. One of the most fascinating aspects of this coin is its mint mark error, which is one of the key reasons behind its multi-million-dollar valuation. Upon close examination, experts have discovered that the coin bears a misplaced mint mark, which appears to be an upside-down letter or a misaligned stamp. Some numismatists suggest that the error might have occurred due to an experimental die being used incorrectly, or that an early minting test resulted in an accidental misalignment. The exact nature of the error is still debated, but it has undeniably contributed to this coin's rarity and desirability. The staggering $3.34 million valuation of this coin is not simply due to its age. Many factors contribute to its extraordinary worth. Unparalleled rarity. Only a handful of these coins are known to exist, and each one is unique in its own way due to slight variations in the minting eras. Mysterious origins. The fact that a coin from 1907 features Queen Elizabeth II's portrait makes it an anomaly that defies traditional numismatic logic. Mint mark error. The incorrect mint mark adds an extra layer of rarity, making it one of the most intriguing error coins in history. Historical and collector demand. Because of its mysterious nature, collectors and museums alike are eager to acquire this coin, driving up its market value. Auction history. In recent years, auctions have seen record-breaking sales of this coin, with one specimen fetching $3.34 million in a private sale. Given these factors, it is no surprise that this coin has reached such an astonishing price, making it one of the most valuable British coins ever sold. The 1907 UK £1, Elizabeth II English 3 lions. Coin is truly one of the most mysterious and valuable coins in the world. Whether it was an experimental piece, an unauthorized minting, or a time-traveling anomaly, one thing is certain: it has captured the imagination of numismatists worldwide. The blend of historical significance, royal symbolism, minting errors, and the inexplicable presence of Queen Elizabeth II's effigy on a 1907 coin makes it a one-of-a-kind treasure. If you're a collector, historian, or simply fascinated by rare coins, this is undoubtedly one of the most exciting discoveries in British numismatic history. Who knows, there may still be a few undiscovered specimens out there waiting to be found. That concludes today's deep dive into the 1907 UK £1 English 3 lions coin. We are about to uncover the incredible story of a coin that defies all expectations. The 1957 British 1 penny, featuring the bust of King George VI. This particular penny is not just any ordinary coin. It stands out in the world of numismatics as a historical anomaly, a coin that should not exist yet somehow does. With a staggering valuation of $3.34 million, it is one of the most sought-after coins in British history. What makes this 1 penny coin so special? The answer lies in its extreme rarity, mysterious origins, and a significant minting era that has puzzled collectors and experts for decades. As we dive into the details, we will explore the historical context of the coin, the design and features, the era that makes it unique, and how it ended up being one of the most valuable pennies ever sold. Sit back, relax, and let's embark on this journey into the past to uncover the hidden secrets of the 1957 British 1 penny with King George VI. To fully appreciate the rarity of this coin, we need to understand the historical period in which it was allegedly minted. The year 1957 was a time of major changes in Britain, both politically and economically. The country was recovering from the effects of World War II, and new technologies and industries were reshaping the economy. However, one crucial fact makes this coin an impossible artifact. King George VI had already passed away 5 years earlier, in 1952. Following the death of King George VI, his daughter, Queen Elizabeth II, ascended to the throne, and all British coinage was updated to reflect the change in monarchy. By 1953, new coins were being minted featuring the portrait of the young Queen Elizabeth II. So how could a 1957 penny featuring King George VI's bust exist when his rule had already ended? This is where the story gets even more fascinating. There are very few explanations that could account for such an anomaly. One possibility is that the Royal Mint mistakenly used an old die featuring George VI's portrait in 1957. Another theory suggests that this penny could have been a trial or experimental coin, struck in very limited numbers for testing purposes. Whatever the reason, one thing is clear: this coin was never meant to exist, making it one of the rarest and most intriguing finds in British numismatic history. Examining the physical details of the 1957 British 1 penny, we find that it closely follows the traditional design used for pennies minted during King George VI's reign. However, its existence in 1957 is what makes it a true outlier. On the obverse, we see a finely detailed right-facing bust of King George VI, a design that was originally introduced in 1937 following his coronation. The surrounding inscription reads, Georgievs vi Dei Gratia Rex vid Def, with the faith. This inscription was standard on all coins issued during his reign, but it should not appear on a coin dated 1957, making this a clear minting error. The reverse of the coin features the iconic Britannia design, which had been a staple on British pennies for over a century. Britannia is depicted as a seated figure holding a trident in her right hand and resting her left hand on a shield adorned with the Union Jack. The words, 1 penny, are inscribed above.